Today we will be beginning our review for Chapter 6, Quadrilaterals. This corresponds with the Kahoot that you guys have taken. After this, you'll be able to use the interior sum theorem, use the exterior angle sum theorem, identify different types of parallelograms, and then identify and understand the properties of rhombi, squares, rectangles, trapezoids, and kites. All right, so let's get started. So, first question was, what is the sum of the interior angles of the following polygon? An octagon. Octagon has 8 sides, and the formula you're going to use is n minus 2 times 180 equals the interior angle sum, and represents the number of sides. So it is 8 minus 2, which is 6. 6 times 180 is 1080 degrees. So the sum of all the angles inside an octagon, no matter what type of octagon it is always going to be 1080 degrees. Second one was a 31gon, a 31-sided figure, so our n is 31. Plug it into the same formula, 31 minus 2 times 180. 29 times 180 is 5,220 degrees. You good? Awesome. Find the measure of an interior and exterior angle of the following polygon. So, the first one's a hexagon. So, hexagon has 6 sides. Since it is interior, exterior angles, we are going to deal with a regular polygon. So that means all the sides and all the angles are equal. So then you're going to use the regular polygon equation, n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. N is 6 right here. So 6 minus 2 times 180 divided by 6 is 4 times 180 divided by 6. 720 degrees divided by 6, and that gives you 120 degrees. So each one of the 6 angles inside a hexagon would be 120 degrees. Now, what about a 40gon? Interior and exterior angles. So, say I want to find the exterior angles of a 40gon, it would just be 360 divided by 40. And that's 9. So every single exterior angle of a regular 40gon is 9 degrees. All right. If we just want a little bit of extra practice, the exterior angles of a hexagon, interior angles of a 40gon, 40 minus 2 times 180 times 40, would give you 171 degrees. Notice 2 angles are indeed supplementary, they add up to 180. And this one, 360 divided by 6 is 60. Once again, supplementary, they add up to 180. All right, so that's regular polygons. All right, exterior, interior. Moving on, solve for x. So we got a figure right there. We have a couple x's inside. We want to know what those x's equal. So we know that there's 6 sides. So step number 1 is find out the total sum of the angles inside that polygon. So we use the polygon formula. N minus 2 times 180 gives us the total angles inside. So 6 minus 2 times 180 is 4 times 180, or 720 degrees. So what that means is all of these things together add up to 720 degrees. So you add them all together. You combine like terms. A 3x and a 2x is 5x. And all those numbers add up to 505. Subtract 720 minus that 505, and then you divide by the 5, and you get x is 43. If I wanted to actually find these angles, this angle right here would be 2 times 43, which is 86, 3 times 43, which is 129. If you add them to all these numbers, you would also get 720. Got it? All right, exterior angles always add up to 360. So this, that, and this always adds up to 360. X plus x, you combine like terms, you get 2x, add the number, get 208, equals 360. Take that 360 and subtract 208 from it. Divide 152 by 2, and you get x is 76. All right, so if I wanted to find this angle, it would be 98 degrees. Good. Number 7, these things deal with rectangles. Here's some rectangle rules for you. We know that rectangles right here, all the angles inside a rectangle are 90, and opposite sides are congruent. So, in this case right here, A is equal to B, C, and D. They are all, A is 90. All right. Now, next part, they're all 90. Now, what would X be? X would be 9. What would Y be? Y would be 32. All right. Next one. These are the interior angles of your rectangle. So, same rules as applies for polygons. Say I want to find J here. Well, in order to find J, I know that vertical angles are always equal, right? And I also know that this 28 equals that 28, equals that 28, equals that 28. Here's the rules right here. All right, so all of those angles right there also equal. And also D, E, I, and H are also equal, so your answer is 28. If I wanted to find what D is equal to here. There's two ways to find it. One way is this whole corner right here is 90. 90 minus 28 is 62. Another way to do this is 28 and 28 is 56. Subtracted from 180 is 122. So if this is 122, subtracted from 180, this has to be 56. 56 plus x equals 180. And you can also find 62 as your answer that way. All right, then subtracting from 90 is a lot easier. All right, let's move to the next set of problems. Parallelograms. Here's your parallelogram. All right, so three simple rules right here. We know that parallelogram opposite sides are equal. Opposite angles are equal. So C and B are equal. So that means, first of all, A is 73, right? And we know that adjacent angles are supplementary. So C plus 73 equals 180. So C has to be 107. So this is 73, 107, 107. Now if you want to find out what Y is, 29. All right, opposite sides are indeed congruent. X would be 34. Got it? All right, let's deal with interior angles. Here are your interior angle rules right down here. All right, so we know, once again, same thing we do with the rectangle. Opposite vertical angles are equal. So in order to find B, we have to first find I. I is 100. And also F, alternate interior angles, is 39. So we have this triangle right here to find B. 39, 110, and B all add up to 180. 149 plus B is 180. Subtract 180 minus 149, and B is 31. All right? Now, what's the next one we have to find? G is equal to B. You can do it that way. Or 39 plus 110 equals 180. It also equals 31. All right? C and H are both 70. All right? If I want to find A, 70 plus 76 plus 180 equals A. Let's find that as well. Good? All right. Squares. How do I find Z? All sides of a square are congruent. So X, Y, and Z all equal 22. And how do you find D? You remember how to find D? D is a diagonal. And we know that this right here is a right angle. Since that's a right angle, we can make this a right triangle. All right? So you got 22, you got 22, and you got angle D. A squared, B squared, C squared. All right? So 22 squared plus 22 squared equals D squared. 968 equals D squared. The square root of that is 31.1. Okay? Got it? Easy. Now, this is another simple part of the square. We know that all the diagonals they bisect each other, but the diagonals here also are perpendicular. So I, J, K, and L are all equal to 90 degrees. And we also know that these diagonals bisect the corners, which are all 90, and 90 divided by 2 is 45. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H are all 45 degrees. Good. All right, rhombus. Way a rhombus works. You guys remember the rules? Opposite sides are equal, but in a rhombus, all the sides are equal. So, all sides congruent. V, R, N, and 26 all equal 26. All right? In a rhombus, opposite sides are congruent. So, B equals 74. If I wanted to find A and C, I would just do 180 minus 74, and they would both be 106. All right? Let's go to the next one. Inside a rhombus, A, B, C, D, and E all equal the same thing. They are all 90 degrees, and the corners are bisected. So in order to find K, I can use 51 to find F, and whenever F is, K equals. So if I take this right angle right here, I can also say this is 51, and this is 51. So now I have a right triangle, 51, 90, and K. They all add up to 180. K plus 141 is 180. K is 39. All right, let's see. I want to find H. H is equal to I is equal to E is equal to 51. All right, so 39, 39, 39, 39, 51, 51, 51, 51, and all 90. Pretty simple, no? Yes? All right, isosceles trapezoid. Isosceles trapezoid, rule right here, top and bottom parallel. Two legs are congruent. Two adjacent sides are also congruent. So if I want to find x right here, I don't need to use the 12 or the 66. I just need to use the opposite leg. X would be indeed 39. Now, if I want to find out what a is, I know that this is 111. C next to it is also 111. And these two angles, or these two angles, are supplementary, meaning they add up to 180. So to find a, I just make c equal to 111, and a plus 111 equals 180, because they're supplementary. 180 minus 111 is 69 degrees. Now, if we throw some diagonals in here, what we also know about diagonals is when you put the diagonals inside a trapezoid, what they do is they form two isosceles triangles that are similar, and then they form two congruent triangles on the side. So what that means is these two sides are equal and these two sides are equal. A equals 8, B would be 22. Okay? You know it's isosceles because the top and bottom are parallel, and the two sides are congruent. Now, the next thing it asks you to find is B. Well, that's pretty simple. B is 22. Okay. Kite. What do we know about a kite? Main thing we know about a kite is adjacent sides are congruent. One pair of opposite angles are congruent. Well, obviously, it's not these two, so A and B have to be congruent because that is a kite. So you could say A plus 26 plus 18 is 360. A and A is 2A. 26 and 18 is 44. 360 minus 44 is 316. Divided by 2 is 158. The reason we use 360 is this is a quadrilateral. Four-sided figures always have a sum of 360. Now, I want to find y here. Y is equal to 137. All right, if I wanted to find x, x would be equal to 74 because adjacent sides are equal. Got it? Awesome. All right, here is the diagonal rules. Diagonal rules state that as one pair congruent, it bisects the shorter diagonal. And then in this case, you have two congruent triangles and two congruent triangles with a bunch of 90s in the middle. So we know this is all 90. We also know that J and H are equal. We also know that 26 and I are equal. So we can do 26C and H, 2690 and H all add up to 180. 116 subtracted from 180 is 64. 64, 64. Now, if we want to find out what E is, we know that this is 90, this is 48. We know that this is 90, this is 48. So we can add that to E and sum it up to 180. 138 plus E equals 180. E equals 42 degrees. All right. All right. We're going to finish up with some mid-segments. I think we just have two more things to do. So, way to find mid-segments is this problem right here. Mid-segments deal with trapezoids. So, the rule you know about a mid-segment is half of the sum of the two bases. We also know that the mid-segment bisects each base as well. So first thing we're going to do here is find A. We add up the two bases. 19 plus 8, we get 27. We divide it by 2 and you get 13.5. All right. We also know how to find AC. AC is this whole distance. So if I was going to find X, I know that X, ooh, that's not right. This should be a double. X equals 14 and Y equals 9. So, whoa. That's not good. 23 is incorrect. That should be 28. 14 plus 14 equals 28. That's a mess up. That doesn't say 3, that says 8. You just looked at it wrong. All right, in this case right here, we're going to find X. X equals 10. All right, I did that wrong again. Huh, interesting. So X is 10, right, not 12. This should be a double, double, single, single. That's not how that got through. And then on this one, 38, how do you get to 38 to 26? You subtract 12, right? Now to get from 26 to B, you subtract another 12 and your answer is 14. All right, so just so you know, this says 10, this says 28. Whoops, I gotta go make sure my answers are right in Kahoot. All right, what kind of quadrilateral is the following? Ready? What is that? If you said all the sides are congruent, therefore it has to be a rhombus. Very good. What about this one? Isosceles trapezoid, right? All right. What about 37? What's that? That's an easy one. Square. Well, the sides are congruent, and you got all 90-degree angles. It is indeed a square. Problem 38. What do you think that is? Got 4 right angles, right? It's a rectangle. Okay, because these are all right, it means the opposite sides are also equal. What's this one? Adjacent sides congruent. What do you think? Kite. And number 40, what do you think that is? One pair of parallel and congruent sides. You should remember that rule. That rule was the parallelogram. All right, so that concludes the review. Hopefully you guys did well in it. And if you have any questions before you take the test, make sure you email me. All right, so good luck on the test tomorrow, and see you next time.